Tommy, you remember being a kid?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think in a lot of ways I still am. I don't let go to that. I don't like to let go of that feeling.
Yeah. You remind me of a kid. I bet when you were a kid, you always dreamed to have a big stupid beard like you currently have.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't necessarily remember that, but that seems like something
Yeah.
I would like as a child. Yeah.
I was thinking about it the other day, but there's a lot of things that used to happen to kids when we were younger that don't necessarily happen today. Like back in my day when I was a child, there was constantly kids getting ran over. That's what would happen. My next door neighbor, he got run over twice. Like,
Oh
how
my
does
God,
that happen?
twice, and he's still alive?
Well, yeah, kids were made
And
of rubber back then, I guess, because I constantly getting run over by cars.
run
It,
over by the same car?
I,
Like just the car backed up and ran him over again?
it was probably his dad, quite honestly, but I mean, it seemed like everybody was getting run over, and it was a rite of passage. Like, oh, you didn't get run over yet? Like, Jesus Christ, is this gonna happen to me? Is this?
Feeling left out?
I mean, everybody else was. Seemed like the cool thing to do.
Yeah.
The other thing that seemed to happen to boys my age is everybody was cracking their heads open.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was a big thing.
Did you crack your head open, Tommy?
I never did. I bit my tongue off.
What?
Yeah, I don't remember it. I was like 2 years old, maybe 3 years old, maybe, and I jumped off a chair and I guess like I don't know, bit my tongue in the same time. So like I don't know, like a quarter inch or a half inch of the tip of my tongue, I ripped it right off.
Do you have a deformed tongue now?
I think it's a little shorter than what it normally would be. Yeah, I think they told my parents that it would just kind of like grow back a little shorter. But I mean, it's nothing. I don't think it wasn't that big of a chunk. It was just but it was a small chunk. Yeah,
Hear
bit it right
that?
up.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's got a short tongue, this one.
A sharp tongue.
Oh, way to turn that back around like a real comedian.
Yeah, thank you.
I've been properly roasted and
Yeah,
shazammed with that.
I've been working on becoming a real comedian.
Oh boy, it's taken you a, a decade if there wasn't a year in between, and but you're getting there, boy. Howdy.
Maybe someday.
I mean, everybody was always cracking their heads open. Like, I think my cousin Paulie Walnuts cracked his head open on the fucking teeter totter. Like everybody was cracking their heads open. I'm like, I've never cracked my head open.
I think that would happen more days now if kids actually played outside.
They don't play outside, so everybody's safe. They've got
Right.
a built-in safety helmet, and it's called the internet.
That's right. Telling you, it's weird. I go through my own neighborhood where I grew up probably about once a week. I just drive through there. It's just the next town over. I'm usually over there in that town. So if I got a few minutes, I'll just drive through and I never see any kids playing. And man, I tell you what, when I was a kid, we'd have 20, 25 kids running amok in that neighborhood.
Does your voiceover in your head sound like Daniel Stern?
Absolutely.
These are
100.
my days of wonder.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot like the Wonder Years for effing sure, but a lot more kids.
For effing sure. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Are we PG now?
PG-13, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We're
I do
allowed.
gotta go.
We're
I do got a PG show coming up, so
oh, this will be good practice. We're allowed one F on this episode. So
well, fuck.
ah
I was born to break the rules. Ooh, maybe that I should get that tattooed. I was born to break the rules.
yeah. When I think of badass, I think of you. That's for sure. Hey, are you? Did you? Are you? Could you be excited about the new Wonder Years coming out, or don't you care?
Yeah.
Because it.
No. Yeah. I probably won't be able to watch it unless it comes on like Hulu or something
What
because
is that supposed to mean? You won't be able to watch it.
I'm never home before usually 9:30. So
Okay.
I probably like I'll have to like try to figure out like if it's like we've been watching the new American Horror Story, but we watch it on Hulu like the day after it comes out.
The other thing that used to happen when I was a kid, and I don't think it happens anymore, because I can't believe, no, I refuse to believe that young folks these days would have such a callous disregard for humanity to throw gum into another human being's hair. Did you ever
Oh
have
yeah.
that happen to you?
I never have, but every once in a while at work, I work in a restaurant now, and every once in a while somebody will put their gum on their plate, which is very annoying. But I don't remember anybody ever putting it in my hair. I remember kids having to cut their hair because they got gum put in their hair.
Yeah, why do you find that annoying? You afraid your knuckle hair is going to get pulled out by getting stuck in the gum when you take the plate away?
No, it won't come off the plate. It like molds to the plate, and so now there's just gum stuck to a plate. It's stupid. Put it in a napkin.
Yeah,
Tell me.
well, that happened to me one time and I just about lost my ever-loving mind. I was like 8 years old a- and
My hair,
my I had this big mop of
perfect hair.
I had this big mop of blonde towhead, and oh boy, my best friend's older sister, I don't know, she wanted to prove that she was superior to all men, I guess.
And the main man was Randy.
I mean, she was a 10-year-old feminist.
Oh boy.
She's like, I hate all boys. And she showed it too, because we were sitting in the back of the bus. She was in the very back, the very final seat. I was second to the last.
Yeah, she's part of the She-Man Men Haters Club.
Absolutely. I don't know what I did, what I said. Probably nothing, because I was a sweet cherubic angel back then. And this
Yeah,
and this devil wench took out this venomous bile of lime green gum and stuck it right into my luscious locks,
ugh,
right in the back. You know,
yeah,
you know that spot in the back of your head that's like where your soft spot was, and it's got that
absolutely.
little. Yeah, she put it right there, like it was a target or something.
It's awesome.
It's not awesome.
Take that, man.
Yeah, and she goes, "Oh, I got gum in your hair." I said, "What?"
Mama's gonna kill me.
Like, yeah, exactly. What kind of savage? First of all, what kind of savage? You riddle me this. What the
So
hell?
there, just smacks you in the back of the head with a thing of gum.
What kind of nihilist does this? This is a sociopath in training. Lord knows what happens to her current husband or whoever.
I do
God,
agree. You got to be quite a sociopath to do that to somebody,
I
for
think
sure.
so.
Oh yeah,
So I'm freaking out. Like,
you
I
fucking.
I don't want to go home and face my father and tell him that I have gum in my hair. Because can you imagine your father ever getting gum in his hair?
And I love this story. I don't know how I never heard this story
Yeah, I
before.
never told this story. Like, I can't imagine telling my dad, facing him right in the eye, and being like, "Dad, I've got gum in my hair, and this girl put it in my hair."
Oh, papa.
Oh, Papa, it seems that I have stumbled upon a folly on this day.
So what'd you do?
I freaked out. And because I was freaking out so badly, like I was shrieking,
I could totally see it.
I was like, I was like 8 or 9 years old, and I was just shrieking and flailing about. And I had on this dumb blue sweater, and I had a collar on underneath because I was real preppy when I was 8 years old. My
Yeah,
semi mullet,
right.
my big stupid glasses. I'm freaking out, and I didn't know what to do. And we were right down the road from my house, really.
Uh-huh.
And so she started freaking out. She's like, "Hold still, I'll take it out." I'm like, "No, don't touch me." First of all, she had cooties. Second of
Right.
all, her dumb cooties were already in my head.
Right. This is ABC gum, right?
This is ready to stick on the bottom of any desk you could see in America. That's how cute it was.
Smacked you in the back of the head with it.
I,
What a typical person.
yeah, absolutely. And I'm freaking
Nowadays,
out.
still a terrible person.
I haven't spoken to her in several years, but
Do you know of her? She like married with children and stuff.
last I knew she was going to get married. Yeah. I actually, believe it or not, worked with her for a short time, and that was wild. And I was like, hey, remember when you got that gum in my hair? She's like, I don't remember that. Well, I do.
Ah,
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
you should tell her husband or fiance, run.
Yeah.
She's a psycho.
You know what's ironic, though? Her husband, the guy that she's going to marry, was in the Army, so he had a buzz cut. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. That's how that happened.
Yeah, right. I know how he got that haircut.
Yeah. She wasn't gnawing on a big old lump of big league chew. That had nothing to do with it.
So, what did you go home and tell your dad?
I did not. I refused to. I grabbed a hold of that gross, sloppy gum and I pulled. And
Oh,
I yanked. I pulled it out of my dumb head, and along with like half my hair, it felt like.
oh my gosh! So you never told your parents?
No.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
I'm holding this disgusting hairball in my hand. And she's like, you should have held still. I would have pulled it out. You know, I'm glad that society has moved on. We're much more advanced now.
Uh-huh.
There's no way that anybody would ever put any gum in any other person's hair without a whole movement
Right.
and like political party formed around the double bubble movement. Because so the next day I get on the bus
Uh-huh.
and I sat far away from her. Like I was not going to even get close.
Uh-huh.
Because you don't touch a stove and get burnt twice, you see.
That's right.
I just remember looking at her in the back of the bus and she's blowing a big bubble.
Oh no.
And I just wondered, what poor soul is going to be the victim today?
Oh no.
And I mean, that's really a metaphor for life. You're either a guy that goes about his business and conquers the world, or you get fucking gum in your hair. I swear on my mother's grave. I mean, she's not dead, but it sounded like a powerful thing to say.
Yeah.
That I would not allow this to happen to another boy. So I marched back there as she blew her bubble, and I stuck my finger in that shit, and I saw it pop and go all over her face. And I said, that's what you get. I'm popping your bubble. You'll cause no more trouble. Here's the double. Drop that beat, D-boy.
Put it in. We're drinking summer shandy on Thursday. We so motherfucking out here, though. We never been this out here. So strange when there's change in the sleep. What you know about Leonard Skinner? The whacker the intro, the hotter the verse every time, baby. But I've been working like a working man do. Got my act together, gonna walk all over you. Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. Shit, let's raise the roof. Woo! About time, it's the era of the rebels. Cloud nine in the air up in the vessels. Generation fearless, got a taste for weirdness. Flow on fire, that's the way my beard is. Hard times, jump starting the grind. It's all good, y'all. Things fall apart sometimes. Let it go, let me know when you're ready, though. Don't push me, cuz until the edge I'm close. When the time comes, ride for something. Or live to be 90 and then just die for nothing. Speak their heart, your baby, speak their mind. And I'ma play their part, and I'ma freak that rhyme one time for you. Rhyme one time for you. I'm an island, man. There ain't nothing else by me, man. And I drink enough whiskey to float a battleship around this bitch any motherfucking how. Wow. All up in the mix and the place to be. You down for
Welcome to the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We're coming to you from the Podjack outside beautiful Bay City, Michigan. My name is Randy, and with me is the man, the myth, the legend, the comedian they call Tommy. What's up, sir? How are you?
I am good. I'm good. A wee bit tired, but I am good. I think
Oh, I'm so tired. I feel like a real Rip Van Winkle over here.
yeah. Life has been quite busy the past few months, but I guess it's better than last year. Knock on wood.
Oh, what was that? Real wood or
I
faux
don't
wood?
know. I don't know. Now you got me nervous.
Well,
No,
you instead of knocking on wood and giving you good luck, you just cursed your life. So great. Good job. Typical Tommy move.
I found some real wood, so we're good. I think we're good with.
Oh, what is that? Some sort of sexual innuendo? Save it, buddy.
I don't know.
This is the miserable. Welcome, everybody, to the magnificent display of mirth and merriment that is the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We're a big dumb comedy thing.
Yeah, sometimes.
Thank you so much for listening. I think what?
You said thank you.
Yeah, that's right. I think that I am such a lethargic dog because Tommy, I'm getting fat. I'm a fat boy now.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, boy, I'm getting fat. Like I'm getting so fat that I get butt sweat now. Like my butt sweats.
That's disgusting.
It's gross. Like I've never had this in my life, but I just walk around with damp pants all the time because I'm just sweating out my butt.
And start calling you Butt Sweat Randy.
Well, that's not a great name. You can call me Damp Pants. I'd like, yeah,
It's Perkins.
yeah. Why not?
Oh man, that's fun.
It's really disheartening because I used to be in shape and I used to have muscles, and now I'm just a fat man.
You're
And
coming in. Yeah.
I'm kind of not. People say dad bod, dad bod. Oh, dad bod. Like that's a cool thing to have, to look like a Tim Allen or something. But I seem to be developing an Andre the Giant body. And if you've ever seen WrestleMania 3 where Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant, it's iconic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Undoubtedly, when I say the words Andre the Giant, you picture him with his single strap singlet there.
That's right.
And it's black. Now
Yep.
I want you to picture Andre the Giant in that match with his skinny arms and his sunken skinny chest, and then his torso, his barrel torso. He didn't have a barrel chest, he had a barrel torso. That's exactly what I have. I have an Andre the Giant bod.
Oh no.
I know. I don't know. I
Figure
mean,
out.
I don't know how to fix it other than exercise, and I don't want to. So
Yeah, we never want to. I started running again last week, but I haven't been able to. But I think I'm going to go. I'm definitely going Friday. I hope I have time to do Thursday too. So I'm battling it. Although I did have a lot of ice cream this week, so maybe I'll need it.
it's really bad. Like I've never been this much of a lardo in my life, so I don't know what to do with myself. And I used to, well, I'm getting older. I don't know if you know that about me,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
apparently I can't eat all and drink all the stuff I used to and still maintain my rockin' sexy bod.
Well, that's the thing. I was talking to a young whippersnapper at work the other day, and I'm like, I used to be able to, back in my 20s, about every 2 years, I would gain about 80 pounds, and then I would take like 8 months and lose 100, and then I'd gain it back over the course of 2 years, and I'd lose it. And now it doesn't seem to be able to lose it nearly as fast and easy.
Yeah, I used to think if I ever got in this bad of shape, I could be like, well, I'll just take 3 months and I'll be just amazing again. And now I'm not so sure. Now I'm like, well, everything hurts and I don't want to. So
Yeah, I've heard people say like it's harder when you get older, and then you start saying that, and you're like, holy shit, I'm an old person now.
it is harder when you get older, ladies.
And yeah, it's a difficult thing, man. But we just got to keep on keeping on, right? Isn't that what they say?
It is what it is.
That's right.
Pain is weakness leaving the body.
That's right.
Cliches are painful for everyone to hear.
Got that damn straight.
I hate people that walk around like a talking cliche. Everything they says is just the clicheest thing you've ever heard.
Yeah, and you're right. There are those people, they're usually really obnoxious. They laugh at everything they say.
Yeah, they always got to make a big show out of a big production out of everything they do.
Yep.
I I frequent the 7-Eleven, you see, because it's right down the road, literally like 1 minute away from my home. So I
Yeah.
go there quite often, and there's this one might say jolly, I would say annoying man that thinks he's the life of the party, and everyone can't wait till he gets there. They just can't wait to hear whatever delicious one-liner he has stored up, whatever tasty, tight 2-minute bit he's got stored and ready to go. And then he lets loose, and he's like, huh? He laughs at his own joke. Get out of here, you slob.
You just reminded me of it's time for the segment there. Tommy covers another comedian.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, well, this is Shane Smith. It's Shane with a Y, so Shayne. He's a fairly famous comedian now. I believe he's a nationwide headliner. He lives in New York City.
Also a fancy boy because he spells his name with a Y when one is not necessary.
Yeah, I wonder if that was his choice or maybe his parents, or I don't know why he does that. But he is covered in tattoos, including face tattoos.
Ooh.
And he has a joke. I might be butchering it, but the gist of the joke is that he goes to 7-Eleven every day and he drinks Mountain Dew every day. He gets like a huge thing of Mountain Dew numerous times a day.
Same.
And they started calling him Mountain Dew Guy. He's like, do you know how much Mountain Dew I have to drink not to be called Face Tattoo Guy?
That's good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, he's really funny. So Shane Smith, Shane with a Y. Like Randy pointed out, an unnecessary Y.
You know what the grossest thing about that 7-Eleven is, though? Apparently you can buy these giant plastic, I mean, they're almost like casks. They're humongous cups.
Oh, yeah.
And-
yeah, they're ridiculous.
And they're called like big gulp, or I don't know what they're called. I don't know. But apparently you buy one of these, and if you have one, you can just march up to the fountain pop area,
Yeah.
fill up, and then just leave without paying. It's
They're
like,
the ones with the handle on them, right?
yeah, it's like a lifetime membership to diabetes. It's amazing because this is like 2 gallons. It's like a ridiculous amount of pop goes in that thing. I saw a lady walk in there, double fisting 2 of those motherfuckers.
Oh, my God. Did you get her pop for the month?
I would hope so, but something tells me I have a sneaking suspicion it was only going to last the night.
If anybody asks her about it, she just cracks them upside the head with one of them.
Right. That'll be no more questions from you, Sneaky Pete.
Yeah, I've seen those things. They are ridiculous. They're like a giant fucking thermos. They're like an old moonshine jug.
Yeah, except filled with delicious caffeine and
Growler of Mountain Dew.
yeah, that's exactly what it is too. So gross.
It's so bad. Yeah.
I saw this headline and it made me chuckle. It was about Grimace. You know who Grimace is?
I do. I saw this headline as well.
Okay. This is the headline. Grimace is a what? This is in USA Today. This is important news we have to report on. Grimace is a what? McDonald's manager's interview leaves the internet even more confused. Here's the story. Canadian news outlet CBC recently interviewed Brian Bates, dubbed the Outstanding Manager of the Year, for his leadership during the COVID-19 pandemic by the fast food chain McDonald's. What do you exactly have to do to earn that prolific honor? Did he win a purple cheeseburger for his service in the Call of Duty? Like, seriously.
Grimace. I was never. I always thought Grimace was like the kind of the one that was left behind. Like you had the Hamburglar, you had Ronald McDonald. You know what I mean?
He was a giant purple. Well, I always thought he was a chicken nugget, but this man
Yeah.
says something different.
What's he say he is now?
Brian Bates, the outstanding manager of the year, says that he is an enormous taste bud.
Yeah, see,
He is an enormous taste bud, but a taste bud nonetheless. What the fuck does that mean?
it's like, well, we love him even though he's enormous.
USA Today has reached out to McDonald's to confirm whether Grimace is, in fact, a taste bud.
They're probably just, you sure? Yeah. We didn't know either.
This is not the first time the taste bud theory has been tossed out. In a 2012 tweet, the corporate account for McDonald's noted in response to another, Grimace is the embodiment of a milkshake, though others still insist he's a taste bud. How is he the embodiment of a milkshake?
Yeah, a purple milkshake. What is that?
His big dumpy body, is that what you want to advertise your milkshakes? This is what you look like after you drink all the milkshake.
A lilac milkshake? Grimace. Poor Grimace. At least he's getting some publicity, huh?
I always liked Grimace. I always thought he was cool looking.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't like a ginormous taste bud?
Well, I never thought he was a taste bud. That freaks me out.
Yeah, that's really weird. That's a really weird choice.
He's like, I'm walking on this ground and I'm tasting it at the same time.
Yeah, because you got the Hamburglar, Ronald McDonald. Who else? I guess that's it. Then Grimace, right?
There used to be a bird for some reason.
Yeah, it wasn't Big Bird, was it?
It wasn't. It was some bird.
Yeah. That's. I was gonna say there was some bird, but I don't really remember. But I do kind of remember.
You can't forget Mayor McCheese.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they need to bring all these back. They need to start putting these guys in Happy Meals or something.
God, that means every time Grimace was shaking Mayor McCheese's hand, he was just like, "Oh, I love the taste of your hand."
Fine fingers, sir.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Talk about a walking COVID factory. This big giant purple taste bud just sweating saliva all over the place.
Yeah.
Gross.
Throw a hot pocket at him and watch him scream.
It's like a Molotov cocktail.
It's certainly his kryptonite.
It's gotta be. Did you see that a big clump of Elvis's hair sold?
Oh, for how much?
Just $72,000. That's all.
How could they even prove it was? Would they dig it up out of the grave?
No, apparently Elvis's barber collected his hair clippings for years.
Is it so? It's proven though. They did like a DNA test on this clump of hair.
I don't know that they did a DNA test.
Because it seems like the barber could just take anybody's hair.
They didn't do a DNA test. They actually took a piece of the hair and cloned Elvis. So they're like, "Oh yeah, I guess that's legit." Yeah,
right.
Apparently, the barber had evidence in the form of ticket stubs and gifts and stuff that Elvis gave the barber for his years of service, I guess.
Yeah. Elvis did give away a lot of stuff when he was alive. He did like to give away things, so I guess it could be.
The interview I saw, this was on the local news tonight. A woman had bought a smaller amount of Elvis's hair, and she was like, "Oh yeah, it's great. Like you run your hands through it, and it's not even coarse; it's soft." And I just wanted to gag all over the fucking place.
It was running their hair that's been
just a clump of 80-year-old hair. Fuck. Are you serious?
Put it inside my down pillows.
Sometimes I rub it on my face just to feel alive.
Makes my cheek feel like a hunk of burning love.
Your mom and dad are huge Elvis fans.
Yeah, I mean, so much so that they have a whole room in their house dedicated towards them. Yeah,
I've been in the Elvis room. It's magical.
yeah, 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 yeah. They're really big. In fact, they're going to Elvis festivals again. So they're starting back up that life and stuff. So
They're starting back that Elvis life.
yeah, they're back on the Elvis train.
Would they pay an exorbitant amount for some of Elvis's hair?
I don't think so. I think they would find that a bit odd. I think you have to be kind of an odd person to collect something like that.
You gotta be the craziest. You gotta be somebody that would put gum in another person's hair to want to buy a clump of a dead man's hair.
Ugh. Yeah, that's just, and I don't know. I mean, I would be too afraid. I'm too suspicious of people. I'd be too afraid that it wasn't even his hair. So I don't get it. But
I tell you what, if I have $72,000, I'm spending it on better things than fucking hair.
God, yeah.
Like I have hair. It's growing out of places on my body I don't want it to. I don't need to buy hair. Okay.
Well, you're not Elvis, Randall.
Who says? I'm a cat daddy driving a catty to Cali baby.
Yeah.
I don't need to be Elvis.
Guess what I did Saturday night? I don't know why this reminded me of it, but I puked and rallied Saturday.
Man.
I haven't done that in my 30s, I don't think.
Milestones ladies and gentlemen, dreams still can come true. You're never too young, never too old.
I had like a peanut butter sandwich at like 10 o'clock before I went to work because I couldn't find anything to eat, and
Sure.
and we were at the pub. I didn't get home till like almost 10:30, and we went out, and I slammed 2 beers before we went up there, and then I don't know, had a few, and then I one of the beloved's friends showed up, so she wanted to stick around, which I understand. So I was trying to hang in there, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I gotta puke. So I went out and puked about 4 or 5 times in the parking lot, and then went and bought more alcohol. So young and now.
You've reached the fountain of youth. That's what it is.
When you can puke and rally.
Once you puke and rally, you'd shed at least 10 years. It's like shedding a snake shedding its skin.
Yeah, I didn't feel that bad Sunday. I mean, I was a little tired, but it wasn't like I was super hungover or anything. So.
See? You're already a youthful bastard just from doing it.
Yeah, I think the puking helped.
It's gotta help. You gotta purge that system every now and then.
Right?
What a dumb episode. Is this horrible?
No, but yeah, we could probably spice it up somehow and change the subject, but
Oh my
not
God.
terrible. Yeah, I've been yawning all day, but I don't know. I feel like it's not super bad.
It is not Jonah Hill, that's for sure. Tommy, I really want to talk about this because it's really sticking in my craw.
Okay.
Headline.
Uh-huh.
Why the baby on Nirvana's Nevermind album is suing now.
Oh my God, right?
Spencer Eldon, age 30, says Nirvana engaged in child pornography when the band used a picture of him naked on the cover of the Breakthrough album. Spencer Eldon was 4 months old when he was photographed by a family friend in 1991, drifting naked in a pool.
Oh, that's kind of weird. Photographed by a family friend, huh?
The picture, taken at the Rose Bowl Aquatic Center in Pasadena, California, would be used that year for the cover of Nevermind, Nirvana's seminal second album that helped define Generation X and rocketed the Seattle band to international fame. In the decades that followed, Mr. Eldon appeared to celebrate his part in the classic cover, recreating the moment for the album's 10th, 17th, 20th, and 25th anniversaries, though not naked.
Right. He just he had shorts on. I've seen quite a few of those pictures.
It's cool, but weird to be part of something so important that I don't even remember, he said in a 2016 interview with the New York Post. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's all you need to know right there.
Yeah. You don't even remember it. He was like, what? How old was he?
4 months old.
Yeah. Yeah. How would it'd be amazing if he did remember it? I don't think you really have to say, I don't remember that happening.
I mean, he's certainly not embraced this by participating in the album's 10th, 17th, 20th, and 25th anniversaries.
Right, right.
The 17th anniversary? Really, sir? Really? Are you that scarred?
Right.
You participated in the 17th anniversary. That's not even a real thing. The 17th anniversary.
Milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows for their 17th anniversary, they got to go out and do something.
Here's the thing. I've always found that cover to be weird.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a little. It's an odd choice for sure.
Here's the other thing. Who the fuck knows who Spencer Eldon is?
I mean, he surely wants everybody to.
Surely. I mean, the only reason anybody in his circle would even know that he was on the cover of the Nirvana album is by saying, "Hey, I was on the cover of the Nirvana album." That's the only way they would know.
Nobody's gonna look at 30-year-old Spencer Eldon and say, "Hey, are you that baby on the cover of Nevermind?"
Hey, haven't I seen you somewhere? You got a face that looks very familiar to me. Oh, wait, I saw you naked before. You were 4 months old in a pool swimming after a dollar bill. I recall that.
You smell like Teen Spirit, sir.
Yeah, I thought I smelled Teen Spirit around these parts.
Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And if you don't want anybody to know, you don't tell them. Who's going to
Right,
believe you anyways?
right.
Also, that's a weird thing to say to anybody. Yeah, I was on the cover of Nevermind. I was that baby. Okay.
Yeah, and I ain't care why.
That's cool. What else have you done with your life?
Apparently nothing.
Oh, well, my life peaked at 4 months old. Mr. Eldon suffered quote unquote permanent harm because of his association with the album, including emotional distress and quote a lifelong loss of income earning capacity. This is what the lawsuit alleges. Again, nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Blaming it all on the childhood trauma of getting his picture taken in a pool at 4 months old.
Now, I would say that I believe any person can really get wrapped up in their own silly heads about anything they choose to get wrapped up in.
That's for sure.
Like, if I want to get wrapped up in the fact that some chick threw gum in my hair, I could totally get a complex about that and have a lifelong distrust of women.
Yeah, sounds plausible.
Which I have. Mr. Eldon, an artist living in Los Angeles County, has gone to therapy for years to work through how the album cover effect. Come on. Come on.
It's like he's walking down the street and people are like, "Hey, I saw your wiener on Nirvana's."
Bro, hey, bro. I saw your dick. It was like 2 inches, bro.
As you pointed out, nobody would know who he was if he would just shut the hell up about it.
I tell you what, he could walk up to me, introduce himself, and become my best friend, and I still wouldn't have any clue who he is.
Yeah, because you're a normal person.
Yeah.
Really.
Maggie Maybe. One of his lawyers, Maggie Maybe. That's unfortunate. She said he hasn't met anyone who hasn't seen his genitalia. It's a constant reminder that he has no privacy. His privacy is worthless to the world.
They're acting like, yeah. Well, it's like, well, if you wouldn't have recreated it at 10 and at 17 and at 30.
Right. Yeah,
He's asked people to know that he's the baby.
Yeah.
Interesting. People create their own goddamn problems, don't they?
Yeah. Do you think he cared at the age of 10?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, he probably thought it was fucking cool.
Absolutely.
He's like, I love Smells Like Teen Spirit. What a great song.
Right? He would be correct.
I guaranteed. I'm so on my game. I guarantee that he was totally used the line at a party to try to get laid. Hey, I was that baby on the cover of Nevermind. You know, Nirvana? That was me.
Yeah. Now he's just mad that it never works.
Yeah. Well, you can't tell me any differently that he's tried to use that line.
Yeah, you couldn't tell me that it works. That's the.
Oh, I bet it's worked a few times. There's some weirdos out there.
Yeah. Well, Spence.
The lawsuit says Mr. Eldon is seeking $150,000 from each of the 15 people and companies named in the complaint.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Shut this man down.
Yeah.
Wonder if it settle out of court.
Who's going to settle this out of court?
Like, yeah, I don't know. I just wonder if people are like, yeah, this is ridiculous. Give him some money so he goes away.
The photo of Mr. Eldon was picked from among dozens of pictures of babies that photographer Kirk Weddle photographed for the album cover. Mr. Weddle paid Mr. Eldon's parents $200 for the picture.
There you go. Blame them.
If ever you wanted to have mommy-daddy issues, I guess it's that. They sold it for $200. You want to get it well over a couple million for that picture that quite honestly had no effect on your life.
Right. Yeah. Give it up, Spence.
I saw a meme going around with it's a picture of the Korn's debut album, and it's the album cover is a little girl on a swing, and her shadow is stretching out behind her. And the meme is that the little girl is suing because the shadow scared her on the album cover or something.
Oh, yeah, that's good. God, people are strange.
That's the Doors, not Nirvana.
Yeah, right. You're right, but I was saying in the general sense of things. Never mind. Get it?
Well, whatever. Never mind. Before we end the show, let's end it with a joke.
Oh, wow. Okay. That sounds fun.
The kids in this home fancy themselves to be real joke artists, you see. So I feel like it's only natural we highlight their work, which they've undoubtedly plagiarized from joke books or secondhand sources without properly crediting or footnoting or paying for the material. You know,
you teach them.
I got to teach them the ways.
Mm-hmm.
But here's today's secondhand joke, Tommy. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Why did the mushroom keep getting invited to parties?
Because he's a fun guy.
Hey!
That's my opener.
It's gotta be. You owe an 8-year-old like $150,000 now.
Right. Oh boy, oh boy.
Chef Boyardee. This has been the Miserable Retail Slave Show. Thank you so much for listening. I'm sorry if this was lackluster, but we're lackluster, so deal with it.
Good deal.
Good deal. Tommy, why do you comedy?
Why do I comedy? I have no idea. Because I can't stop.
That's why I can't stop podcasting. Something implores me to do this. And you're wondering why? Why would you do this to yourself? And I'm like, I don't know. I guess I just like pain and punishment, you see?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, same along the same level. Yeah. And also because I get paid to travel to places that I would normally never go in the first place, but they pay me to go there. So it's like get paid to see the different parts of the nation, I guess.
That's great. I don't get paid to go anywhere. I'm stuck in a basement.
Yeah. They let you go to the work.
What?
Well, I'm at your day job. You get paid to do that.
Anyways, this has been the Miserable Retail Safe Show. If you liked what you listened to, I don't know, listen to other episodes, you see?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am.
They're probably better than this one. I think last week's was really good, so try that one.
Good.
You enjoyed this. You got anything else to say to the people?
No, not really. You can find me at TomEThompson.com if you want to see if I'm coming to a city near you. That's all.
Yep. If you yearn to hear more tired fucks fail miserably at being funny, listen to the show. Subscribe. Love us. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay miserable. Bye-bye.
Bye.